You are about to witness the power of toy knowledge. Where are my figures at? Straight out of Poland, it's my homeboy Rick, classy action figure seller with a 6-inch dick, the Bruiser, in his stonking collection of action figs that he sticks in his ring. Takes solicited pics for like button clicks. Everything that drips out his lips is a statistic. Yeah, he's the kind of dude can tell you who threw who out of Rumble 92. Need to know a bit more? Then check out his stories, putting figures in a box daily. And for this little rap, he didn't even pay me. So also on the show is Martin.
Welcome to 7 Figs a Month, the show where men bond, and this week, the show where James Bond. Junior, that is. I'm Rick from actionfigureseller.com, notoriety. And if he's not raiding your grandma's loft, he's online doing a rank. It's Marty.
Hello, buddy.
How are you?
I'm good, mate. I've had a very, very good week.
Oh, good. That's nice.
Yeah. Unlike you, apparently.
Yeah, no, I'm suffering. I'm a one-armed man at the moment.
What have you done? What have you done to yourself?
I believe I've got a trapped nerve, and I can't move my left arm at all from the shoulder. And I had a few nights of agony, not sleeping, and it's on the mend, I think.
So I asked you if you've been to a doctor, and you said no, but you might go to A&E. And then I was thinking to myself, well, that's a bit mental, isn't it? Because you don't speak Polish. If you go to A&E, surely you'll have to take your missus and your son with you as well, all in tow.
Yeah, no, that was it. So it was by the time I was looking at going to A&E, it was Friday night, and I would have had to go. I'm in like the middle of nowhere, so I would have had to go to A&E a few towns over on a Friday night, which I presume would have just been full of drunks, and no one talks the language. And I was like, oh man, worst case scenario, I can't even defend myself if there's any trouble.
You're gonna have to hope you can hit people in one punch if anyone gives you a crooked look.
Yeah, this is a bad idea. This is so I'll go Saturday morning if needs be, and then Saturday morning I was a bit better, and then a physiotherapist has been spoke to on my behalf, and I might be liaising with him going forward. So
well, that's good. Do you find people in Poland generally speak English or not at all, really?
Not where I am. I'm not in a big, the bigger cities. There'll be more footfall from tourists. So they'll be more inclined to learn English, but wherever I am, you don't get English visitors, right?
Yeah, it's nuts though, isn't it? Because I assumed, because the amount of Polish people we have here in Jersey is like quite high, they all speak very good English.
Yeah.
So I assumed Poland generally second language is English, and they do it really well.
No, my partner has a handful of friends who can navigate the language, but no, yeah, I'm very much an alien on my own here.
Yeah, it's quite worrying, really, isn't it? Like, it's all well and good walking to the post office with a smile.
Oh yeah,
it's a bit different when you're sick, and it's like, oh god, you're getting older as well. And it's like your body will just start falling apart.
No, that's it. It's genuinely one of the reasons we started doing this podcast is because I need some friends.
Please talk to me.
Yeah, I need to talk to people. So yeah, it's been a rough week. So I don't know how long editing this is going to take. Doing it with one finger.
Well, that'll be all right, won't it? That's just how you generally do it. Just like hit a keyboard with one finger. That's how
I don't use both hands anyway. So yeah, no, good. How was your week? If it's been so good, you've picked up lots of toys. I
have picked up lots of toys. So there's a memorabilia shop over here in the town. And I never really go into it because it's quite expensive. And last time I went in, there were some like boxed animated Batman series toys.
Yeah.
So I thought I'm going to go in there, see if I can pick up an animated Batman toy, just so I get something to stick on my wall or something at home. And then when I went in there was a box filled with loose Batman toys. So I picked up a couple from the original movie. And then I looked over and there's like a shelf of like He-Man and Thundercats, a big, I say a big bookcase, like a little bookcase just filled with loose toys. And then there was like a boxed Fright Zone there and things, which is way out my price range. But I just saw it and like a child, I was like, He-Man! So went across. I was with my daughter as well. I think she thinks it's hilarious. I hope she does.
She's a teenager now, isn't she?
Yeah, she's 14. So I think she quite finds my sort of stupidity funny.
Okay, we hope.
Which is quite good. We hope, yeah. As long as the right people aren't around, then it would just be embarrassing, I guess. But anyway, within the small shop, it was okay. I think she was quite amused by it. So I picked up loads of bits that I don't have, like some rare Thundercats and stuff, some He-Man toys that I used to have when I was young. I don't have now. So I bought a bunch of stuff. But I went home and I was like, I probably need to go again in the morning, don't I? Just to get the other things. So I went again Saturday morning straight into town. I was there an hour before it opened, so I chatted the Potter around for a bit, and then went and got loads more stuff.
Yeah.
So nice. If anyone wants to see what it is on my Jersey Retro Toy Hunts page on Facebook.
Yeah, there's no guessing game this week, is it? You got excited and you posted it straight away.
Yeah, sorry, mate. Oh, you ain't going to guess all those, though.
Hey.
You don't know who these characters are.
But so how do you navigate that with your partner then? How does she feel about 30 new toys coming into the home?
Well, luckily, this one wasn't too bad because it was my birthday during the week.
Oh, yes. Happy birthday.
People gave me money for my birthday, right? It's what families do when you get older because they don't know what to do. They could have just gone in there and bought me loads of He-Mans. Simples. But yeah. So I had a load of cash. So I just went in there with my birthday money.
Oh, good.
So it wasn't an issue then, right? So I'm not taking away the family money to buy toys. Sorry, guys. Can't put dinner on the table, but look at this. I do have a nice Grizzlaw.
Try eating this Bob the Goon.
I used to have that Bob the Goon as well.
Yeah,
that was
good.
nice.
Yeah, well done, mate. Well done. Impressive haul this
Yeah,
week,
it's
then.
really good. So I was really happy with that. That sort of thing doesn't happen very often. But I say it doesn't happen very often. I feel like this sort of thing happens to me all the time. You know,
You definitely
generally.
You talk about buying toys every single week.
The problem is I look every day and I might just get one day that's quite good.
Okay, yeah.
So maybe that's the issue. And we talk about toys a lot. So compared with how much we talk about them and how much I'm thinking about them, I really don't get any.
That's true. That's very true. All right, then. Shall we look at our James Bond Jr.?
Yes. What are your memories of James Bond Jr. as a kid? Any?
No. What I had I had a couple of toys, but I didn't know what it was, and I didn't know it was a cartoon. And I remember when we mentioned it last time, I think we spoke briefly about we're both excited. Like, yeah, we remember that. Let's do it. And I remember the toys, and I think that's the same as you.
Yeah, I remember both, to be honest. I remember the cartoon, but I wasn't a fan of it. I don't think when I was younger I liked cartoons with like real life people.
Okay.
If that makes sense. So I didn't. Well, I say that I like Denver the Last Dinosaur. That had real life people, but there was things like I wasn't overly keen on X-Men, the X-Men cartoon and stuff like that when I was younger.
Oh, wow.
I did when I was older. I did, but not when I was younger. So there was this. I remember this being out around the same sort of time as Where on Earth is Carmen Sandiego.
Okay.
Remember that?
Yes.
Yeah. See, I remember the theme tune as well. It's been in my head for like 30 years.
Okay.
James Bond Jr. I don't really remember watching it. A kid on my estate had some of the toys, and I'm pretty sure I accidentally broke them when I picked them up once, and then just sort of put them back together gingerly and stood them up. So when he next touched them, they broke.
Oh, good. Good. It's his fault.
Yeah, his fault. Sorry, mate.
I do like the way we last week were speaking about how good it was that we had so much feedback about the Galoobs, right? Like, we did a popular toy line. It was great to hear from everyone. So we're following that up with James Bond Jr.
One that we didn't even know about. Sit under the learning tree, folk.
Yeah, that's good. You know, when we agreed to it, I was like, oh no, is this going to be a mistake? Is this going to be a pile of shit? And I'm pleasantly surprised. I think we're both pleasantly surprised briefly looking at this. And I reckon there might be a Hall of Famer in this line.
Okay, I'm keen to see who you've got down as that. I've got an idea, but then when I start looking at them, there's a few of them. Like, well, that's good, that's good, that's good.
So I've got two coming in the post, full disclosure,
okay.
And I suppose it'll be me and you will have to sit down and pull them out and look.
Yes. Oh, did you buy them boxed or loose?
Boxed.
Boxed. Which box did you get? Because there's two.
Oh, so yeah, the carding. There was either pink cards available or green cards, and the pink cards were American, and the green cards were European. And I picked mine up from America.
Oh, nice. Okay. How much you spend on those bad boys?
Too much.
Too much. Okay, we won't talk about it.
No, the issue is I'm in Poland, right?
Yeah. So okay, how much were they before postage?
$25 each, I think.
Yeah, that's pretty good, isn't it?
Sealed. Yeah. So it's the Poland factor, right? So when you add shipping and taxes, it raises it, right? But as a collector living in Poland with being unable to buy anything in Poland, I suffer. That's just what's going to happen. I either buy a lot less, which I suppose I am doing these days compared to what I have been over the years.
Spending more, buying less.
Yeah, I think things are working out more. But I used to have like Forbidden Planet near me in London, right? So I could go there and Smiths.
Yeah.
I could go there and weekly spend a lot of money. And now it's, every now and again I'll do a big Mattel order. But I think overall I'm spending a lot less. So swings and roundabouts, mate.
Yeah, I bought a bunch as well. I was hoping it'd be down by now. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Lucy's.
I don't know if you got the ones I got.
Okay.
Although I can't remember what you showed me, but I feel like one of the ones I got isn't in your set.
Oh, okay,
I
that's
think we can
surprising.
talk about it when it comes. Maybe I've made a mistake there. Maybe I've. But yeah, no, I don't know much about James Bond Junior cartoon. It had a really short run.
Yeah, you say short. There was 61 episodes, I think.
65 episodes, I believe.
65. Okay, so over 60 episodes, but from September to December 1990, what was it?
One.
One. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
wild.
So the reason we do these sort of standalone episodes is we'll look sometimes after a few weeks of doing either the LJN or the Gloobs, and they're a bit more intensive. We're like, oh, we'll have a bit of a break. And you get looking into these things, and you're like, oh, that's interesting. And it's like I had no idea that the backstory of why this even exists is License to Kill was made in 1989, and then there was a 6 year gap between that and the next film, which was GoldenEye in 1995, and that was due to like everything be all the rights and licenses being like
Yeah,
locked up in court between like Pathé, MGM, United Artists, I think Quintex was involved, and TV and movie rights are completely different things. So they wanted to keep the brand alive. So MGM Television commissioned a cartoon, which is this
yeah.
Murakami Wolf Swenson. And I think they're the same people who did Toxic Crusader and the Turtles.
Turtles,
Yeah.
yeah. I didn't know they did Toxic Crusaders as
Yeah.
well. That's interesting. So looking at this, the first thing you think about is this is fucking very 90s, right? Like early 90s, bright colors. And that's the exact same thing I think about Toxic Crusaders
And
as well.
the toys are beautiful. As I say, this has
Yeah.
been a whopping pleasant surprise. So I was more excited with the idea going into Demolition Man, and then a lot more disappointed at the end. Just like, oh, this has been a pleasant surprise throughout.
I guess this is blatantly for children, right? So I think they pushed this quite hard as well. Like, so it didn't last long. So there's 65 episodes. It's a short span of time. They did do 2 video games. They did comic books as well.
Yeah.
Like, so they were really pushing the boat out for this. You know, you think that is just to sell the toys, isn't it? All that stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy. I missed the whole cartoon. The other week I would have said to you that, or sometimes I would go to the shop, right,
Yeah.
expecting to buy something, but knowing I was going to leave the shop with something no matter what, even if they didn't have what I wanted. And the time I picked up the James Bond Junior toys was definitely a case of, they don't have what I want, but I'll get these.
Who did you get then?
The Ninja James Bond and Oddjob.
An odd job. Okay. Yeah. Nice.
And I think that was all that was available, but I quite liked the look of the Oddjob.
Yeah. Especially in the bright packaging as well. That I think the packaging would have done it.
Yeah, but even that, I wouldn't have seen. GoldenEye, as I say, hadn't been released yet, so I became familiar with the Bond characters with the N64 GoldenEye game.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen any of the movies, so I had no idea who these. I was aware that James Bond was a thing. I think I
Yeah,
had
sort
a
of thing that
rough
might have been
idea.
on telly sometimes now. But as a kid, you don't really watch James Bond. At least I didn't. I had no interest in James Bond when I was younger. But they're not for kids, I guess. So that's why.
No, yeah, well, he's very sexually aggressive, isn't he, old Bond?
Yeah, he's good. He's a lad.
Proper lads. Oh, good.
I was say I did get all the James Bond's movies a little while back at a charity shop, just a big box set, and it cost me 50p.
Wow.
Yeah.
All of them. How many are there? Like 100 or something?
20 something.
Okay.
I think it might be missing like the most recent 2 or something like that. But fuck it, there's a lot. Because I was like, oh man, I'm gonna watch all these. And I've got a few in, and I was like, I need to take a break from this.
I admittedly I haven't seen many of the older ones, but all the ones from Pierce Brosnan in GoldenEye onwards, I've pretty much enjoyed. I think I've seen most of them. The Daniel Craig, it's just been Pierce and Daniel Craig, hasn't it?
Yeah.
The next 2 Bonds.
They're all good. I don't think I've seen a bad Bond movie, to be fair. Should we look into these toys then?
Well, yeah, sure.
What should we start with? Should we start with the vehicles?
Let's start by mentioning, as I say, I'm a big Hot Wheels fan these days, and it is worth mentioning that there were 3 die-cast metal vehicles released by the company ERTL. Never heard of that company.
And they're the ones that did Batman, right?
They did some Batman from.
Is that like the Joker van and stuff like that? So you got like the Joker van, the Batmobile, and
the
like
plane?
the Batwing.
Yeah, that's them.
Yeah, that was in that shop I went to the other day on card.
It looks good. It's free pack, isn't it? Yeah, these are all separate releases, but that free pack from Batman is tremendous looking. That was something when I was. We'll talk about that later. Getting ahead of myself. Great set. Yeah, we always sort of start with the vehicles, and I love the vehicles here.
Yeah, I can see myself. So there's a sports car. There's James Bond's Junior's convertible that James Bond bought him.
Yeah, because he smashed up the Aston Martin in
Yeah.
episode 1. Yes.
So James Bond Jr., we haven't even mentioned it. In the cartoon, he's James Bond's nephew.
Yes.
And he goes to school and he's still battling some of the same villains that James Bond was battling, as well as having to finish fucking high school or whatever he's at.
I suppose from their point of view, right? If James Bond has been meddling with you, you might seek revenge by attacking his family members.
Yeah, to be fair, I'd be like, come on, this guy's a motherfucker. You know what? I'm going to go and kill his nephew. That'll teach him.
That's it. That's it. Fantastic. So yeah, these vehicles, there's 3 of them. I love them. The Scum Cycle's my least favourite. Scum stands for Saboteurs and Criminals United in Mayhem.
Good. So that's the baddies gang.
Yes. Yeah, a bunch of scums. So the Scum Cycle, it's pictured on the box being ridden by Dr. Derange.
Is it a motorcycle? It's got a lot of wheels.
I guess. Well, so the Scuba Cycle is my favourite vehicle.
Okay.
So that's a yellow motorbike, but it turns into a submarine.
Nice.
And it like transforms.
Okay, that's quite good. You can put your Scuba James Bond in there.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
I watched some videos of someone playing with that almost, and I was like, this is excellent.
What a way to spend your time. I watched some videos of a guys playing with that.
Yeah, a man transforming it and stuff. And that alone has caused me to rank James Bond Jr. in his scuba gear higher, because I could imagine owning them together and really enjoying them.
Fair. So my favorite one is the sports car, and I think the reason I like it is because it's a lot like the Jack Slater's Last Action Hero car.
Yeah.
And we'll get into more of that later.
Yeah, I know where you're going with that.
But the sports car does have like weapons that come out of the wheels that would pop up people's tires and stuff.
All these vehicles have James Bond-esque gadgets.
Yeah,
it's really good. Yeah, no, it's a solid effort. Hasbro is the makers of these toys. We haven't mentioned that.
Yeah, they've done a good one.
So around the time they would have been pumping out WWF figures as well.
Yeah, and this is the only toy line as well that we've come across that I couldn't find any unreleased stuff. There's no unreleased prototypes. There was no other things in the line that seemed to be coming out. There's just nothing.
They did it, one and done.
Yeah, one and done. Completed it, mate.
Aced it. See you later. What's next? Why did it stop?
I think it wasn't very popular in America.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Which would sort of make sense, right? The cartoon's got really sort of wacky British accents in it and things. And maybe Bond isn't that big in the States. I don't really know. I think it was bigger in Europe, the whole toy line.
Well, it's the first time we've seen proper Europe dedicated cards, right?
Yes, as far as the few things we've looked at.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean. We'll go on to the figures next, but each figure comes with a red decoder, and it allows you to sort of decode their biography or their like mission statement.
Mission statements on the back of the box.
That's a nice little touch.
That's cool. If you can make the box part of the toy, so you rip your guy out on the back of the card, it's got this. You obviously get it's like a red clear bit of paper that's rectangular shaped.
Yeah, red plastic.
Put it over the writing, and you can actually read what the writing says.
Yeah, I think it highlights the
important
words.
stuff.
Yeah.
That's cool. As soon as you told me that, it's like they come with this. I was like, oh man, I'm gonna need to get some cards. Even if the toy's not on the card, I want some backing cards.
I know, right? I like the way we're 40-year-old men. You're 41 now. And we got so excited. I had the same feeling. I had to send it to you. I was like, look at this. the red decoder. You get to, it's not just a simple bio. And we saw some of that with Demolition Man. A lot of effort went into this stuff back in the day, right? It's crazy how uninspired some toy lines are these days, considering all this fun stuff that was going on. I think it was the rubbish gun that was released in Demolition Man, and it was like the back of the box treated it like it was a item from the museum.
Yeah, that's clever.
Like, this is cool.
You don't really see anything like that now, because obviously I've got young kids, so I'd go to the toy shops with them and I'd try and sort of find stuff to sort of encourage them to buy. Because I want them to be into toys, but there's just nothing. It's like they play Fortnite and they're not really into buying toys. And it's quite sad, really. Goo-jitsu was the only thing they liked. Have you heard of that? They're like these sort of, I don't know, they're filled with like goo and different things. They're quite fun and cool, but I reckon there's no chance they're lasting 30 years without popping or all the slime oozing out of them or something. But that's the only sort of fun thing I found for kids.
Yeah, it seems like a lot more effort went on back in the day. Even the cards on these are really nice. The illustrations are excellent.
Yeah, which is a massive shame. You'd think like people our generation would have got into these toy companies and wanted to carry on these sort of cool trends, but nothing, is it? It's strange.
Well, it'll be, I don't know the actual answers, but it'll be a combination of, like we've said, like some of these, a lot of effort will be going into these cards to make them cool and stuff, and they're just not popular. And it's like, well, why even bother?
I was listening to Free POA this week, and they
Oh,
had
yeah.
the guy from Latuni,
Yes.
and he was talking about putting a jetpack on the Macho Man as a toy. So he's going to release a Macho Man with a jetpack, and it's like, oh my god, like, that's what I want, just toys with jetpacks.
Oh, yeah. There
Give me
you
some
go.
water shooting toys and things.
Give us a water shooting Wesley.
Yeah, that's what I want.
It's a solid line. We should get into the line. Is there any another thing worth mentioning right at the start? No ladies again. We're not doing this on purpose either. We're the allies ladies didn't even know they needed, but we're on your side, ladies. Even though we have quite a few listeners for a new podcast, I'm confident in saying they are 100% male.
But
So
ladies, if you're listening, we're on your side.
yeah, get in touch if let us know that you exist, because this might exemplify part of the problem, right? They're just not into toys.
Yeah.
Not into fucking toys. Leave us alone. Don't make toys for us. We don't care.
Yeah, they don't give a shit. But there was two girls in the cartoon that were sort of main characters.
That's what I was going to
They went to
say.
school with James Bond.
Yeah,
They easily could have had toys, and it'd fit in perfectly. Even one of them. It's one thing I noticed about. I watched a few episodes of the cartoon, and they're not going to make all the characters do the missions all the time. There'd always be a reason why one of them couldn't go. Like, oh, you can't go. You haven't got your passport. Stuff like that.
Well, Tracy Milbanks and Phoebe Farragut. They're the two friends of James. But yeah, it's not like there weren't female villains either. So it's another exclusion. It's so, I mean, it's not odd, right? It just is the time. It's the same time period, and it's just we're seeing a theme here. We've probably looked at in amongst these lines. We've probably looked at 200 figures now, and there's one Miss Elizabeth that we've seen.
Wild, that isn't it? Especially, I'm convinced that the lines that do best have the females in as well.
It'd be interesting to know how much April O'Neil sold and stuff like that. As I say, I never bought her.
I had April O'Neil.
I didn't.
And Thundercats. I had Chitara.
And Teela, was that?
Yeah, Teela from He-Man.
So the line itself.
So you're going to do a rank?
Oh, I'm gonna do a rank. You're gonna watch?
Oh yeah, always up for watching and listening to you rank.
Right, 12 figures.
Starting from worst to best.
Always worst to best. 12 figures in this line. Nice line. I'm kicking things off with Dr. Derange.
Oh, Dr. Derange, okay.
I hate it. I hate it. I like his action. He's like a Jekyll and Hyde thing going on. So you flip the head around, so one head's sort of normal, and then the other head's maniacally laughing, I suppose.
It's a very tame Jekyll and Hyde, isn't it?
But I don't mind that bit. It's the actual body. The pose of the body's like weird. The
big and
shoulders
square sort of torso.
The drawing on the card is really cool of him, and the figure doesn't replicate that coolness.
Yeah. So one of the heads is just like a normal man with a goatee or a bit of a chin beard. And he flips over and the other guy's smiling a bit.
Yeah.
It's
right.
It's the Power Rangers sort of movement when you'd get the toys that have the mask and then it flips and he's not got the mask on, vice versa.
Yeah. And it's a fictional Bond villain for this cartoon specifically.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I think that's fine.
Oh yeah. I feel like that's worth noting, right? It's not because we will come to actual villains from the Bonds films. But yeah, this isn't one of them. But yeah, I don't like how it looks.
He's wearing like bright green and purple and orange. Very bright, very 90s.
I just don't like where his shoulders. I don't like where his head sits.
Yeah, he is very square. I'll give you that.
His head's too low down. That's what's going on.
He's deranged, mate.
He looks all right in the picture.
Maybe the picture's wrong.
In a bit of artwork, but I don't. Yeah, so just how the figure looks, I'm not keen. So that's where we're starting.
Okay, fair. Now you've pointed out the flaws. Okay.
And then, this one I like, right? This is Q's grandson, IQ.
Okay.
And he's got a coat, and the coat is nearly cool, but I've seen enough pictures of it that it's a bit flimsy and crap. It's nearly a cool idea. It's like a plastic coat with different items in the pockets, and the mechanism, I think he's got like a boxing glove that shoots up.
That's cool.
Yeah. Nice action. As I say, overall, I liked this line. So it's not like, the Rangers the Ranger's posture and pose I didn't like. But yeah, I like this IQ. Just it is 11th here for me.
Yeah, I think he's got a mechanism that's attached to his side then that shoots out the punching thing.
I think it's just how rubbish the slip over coat looks and how baggy it is around the arms. I think it's just how the toy aesthetically looks for me here. It's a cool character in the cartoon, as I say. Well, he's not cool, but the idea that Q's got a grandson and he's helping James Bond's nephew. That's great.
I like this toy even more now because I didn't realize it had a punchy mechanism under his coat.
Oh, okay.
That's got me quite excited.
Okay. Do you own this? Is this one of the ones coming down?
No, but he's quite hard to get hold of with the coat. He always comes without the coat, like the main bit. So he's got like white sleeves from the coat, which is a bit rubbish.
That's what I mean. I think that's part of the problem. I imagine it's so easy to lose and like
Only if you take it off, though. It's not going to slip off, is it?
doesn't look great. It doesn't look like it stays on that well.
Yeah.
And then up next is one I had, James Bond Jr. in ninja gear. I will say, in the cartoon, I think James Bond Jr. looks much cooler than he does in the toys. They haven't quite captured how cool he looks.
Yeah, the toy looks a bit plain, doesn't it?
Yeah.
His face is that's not much to it, but
And even so, they try to spice things up here and put him in ninja gear, and it doesn't even look. The colours are nice, black and gold, but it's not even a cool looking ninja.
yeah. See, I think for me this one's bottom.
Oh wow! Okay, I know.
It's just a bit rubbish. You know how colourful they all are. And then you got this guy. It's just a bit like there.
Yeah, in a rubbish ninja outfit.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing this is creative license. I've not gone through all 65 episodes.
Me neither, strangely enough.
Do you reckon he wore this?
There's every chance, but at the same time, there's every chance he didn't. If it's just a cartoon, I don't think it really matters. Again,
No,
I think
yeah.
creative license for A, doing a cartoon and making shit up, and then B, making shit up for the toys just so you can have a bit more play.
Sure, yeah, and I'm just going on how rubbish this looks. I'm not penalising it for being a fictional outfit. If it is, it's just a rubbish looking figure. Then I'm sticking with James Bond, but I regret it now. I've got James Bond Jr. flight gear.
Yeah.
And I thought he looked rubbish, but then you told me he's got a parachute with him and he's like one of those old toys that floats down. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, those are still good toys as well, other than the fact you get your kids hanging out the bedroom window. But the little soldiers with parachutes, you just chuck them out the window and they float down nicely.
Yeah.
Again, seeing that makes me want this.
Yeah.
And I never really thought about it before until we're chatting about it. Then I remembered how good parachuting toys are.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know if he's fourth from bottom, but he is for now. Because overall, the jumpsuit and stuff, it's just an orange jumpsuit, isn't it?
Yeah, if you lose that parachute, you've got a crap James Bond.
Yeah, like IQ's coat, I imagine you do lose that.
Yeah, I've not seen any loose that have parachutes as well. It's either getting lost or broken. I want to find one now, though.
Yeah, it's just it's the face. These outfits wouldn't be as bad if that face was cool.
It looks a bit like Eric Bischoff, doesn't it?
I was going to say like Sean Mooney or something.
Yeah, Sean Mooney. It does.
Because you look at them carded, right, and next to it, there's a really cool illustration of James Bond with his like brown quiff,
yeah,
sort of mullet, and he's just got jet black hair.
He's actually got like a news reporter.
It's they've not captured his
personality. Really hasn't captured his personality.
No. It's a nice idea, though. I do want to play with this one. Yeah, like you say, I do want to launch this one off my balcony. That excites me. Might try and track him down.
Yeah, just what high things can I throw James Bond off of? Maybe we can make a video series of chucking Bond off things.
Honey, we're going to Paris. I want to visit the Eiffel Tower.
I won't tell you why, but if you hear something in the news that's weird, it's probably me.
Yeah, the parachute didn't work and the velocity has killed someone. Oh, dear.
What a mistake to make.
Yeah, and up next is the first real Bond villain. Everything about this one's weird. It's Dr. No.
Yes, I would agree that when I say before, it's a cartoon, you can have creative license and it's toy line creative license. They've made him green. He's got green skin.
And Asian.
Yeah. Is he Asian in the films, Dr. No? I can't remember.
No, it was.
You see Dr. No?
Yeah, you see Dr. No. Part of the issue with the James Bond films and translating it for a cartoon, I imagine, one of the reasons they've gone so wacky with the colours and the designs here is because essentially it's just men in suits in the actual James Bond film. No matter who it is, it's a man in a suit.
Yeah.
It's Bond's in a suit, the villains are in a suit. So they've made him, he looks like some sort of Martian sensei.
Is there another cartoon or something? I'm thinking about something now. Is it Flash Gordon or something cartoon?
Yeah, it does. It looks like a character from Marvel as well, I think.
Is it Ming the Merciless?
He's got the face of Ming the Merciless in the movie, but he's not green. Cartoon might be, though.
Yeah, cartoon is. Well, one cartoon is, he's green. Other ones he's not. Maybe they just got confused of who they were making. Or maybe we'll get to like a Flash Gordon TV series and then
Again,
that's the same toy.
Considering it's got a super cool illustration next to it on the card. It's the female. The trouble with this series is all these illustrations are really good. And the toys just can't live up to them. But the toy's very plain Jane looking in its posed, arms by its side. The action's cool. He shoots off different weapon hands. Right? He's got like silver weapons. One looks like a whip. A few look like fists, a spike. And he shoots these off. And that's a cool action. I can imagine enjoying playing with that.
He's definitely better than a wacky Dr. Derange.
Oh, especially if you see him in the cartoon, he looks completely different. He's much thinner.
Oh, really?
So it's just not that accurate a representation.
Oh, yeah. It looks really quite unwell in the cartoon, or really old, withering away, regardless.
But they haven't quite captured his essence, have they?
No, maybe it's him when he was younger.
Maybe. Here's a flashback scene.
Yeah. Episode 58.
So yeah, Doctor knows the. It sounds like all of this is disappointing, but this is just the bottom of the list, right? And as I say, this gets better.
Unfortunately, when you look at the toy line, things have to be bottom.
Yeah, especially if you're ranking.
Yeah.
So up next is I was tempted to put this as my favourite James Bond, but I think he's my second favourite James Bond Jr. himself, and it's the one in the scuba gear. And as mentioned before, I just love this because I could pair it with that scuba cycle, and that scuba cycle, fucking tremendous.
And it has that one on the box as well, the picture of him riding it in his scuba gear.
Yeah. You riding that along the road, ramps off into the sea, gets out in his scuba gear and stabs Dr. No, I imagine.
Yeah, bludgeons him to death with a snorkel.
Harpoons him. Yeah, no, it's a great thing. I don't quite know what he does. It's an odd one that just sort of says.
It says in the box that he's sinking and swimming action. I really think his legs might kick.
Well, he has flippers on.
I reckon that maybe that. Oh, I'm gonna have to get it, aren't we? Maybe that circle on his belly is like a button that you push, and it just makes his legs kick.
Oh,
so you put him in a bath, and he kicks
so
and swims a little bit.
He really does swim.
That's my guess.
Oh wow. Oh, see, now this is proper James Bond technology involved in these toys as well. That's fantastic. Oh, brilliant.
Is that one of the ones I'm getting down?
Oh, hopefully, mate.
Yes, scuba gear is there.
Oh wow. I can't wait for you to bring it to France.
Oh, his button looks red though. Is he broken?
Oh, mate.
My broken Bond.
You won't have the snorkel either, will you?
There's no snorkel. There's no accessories with any of the ones I'm getting. I just got really cheap. It was like 20 quid for 6 figures. So this is why we should never buy before we rank. You should always have a rank and then buy your toys.
That's true.
With a clear mind.
We've got excited. We've got more excited as the pod's gone on. So it previously started, I think we did LJN, and we were like, at the end, we'll buy one of these. And we did that.
Yeah.
And then we looked, I think Demolition Man, we went on afterwards and we both had a look after recording the episode and we both bought one. And then Last Action Hero, I got ahead of myself.
And you bought some, yeah. I
I
only got the car for Last Action Hero. I still don't have a figure.
And then Galoob, I got my Sting. I don't think you didn't need anything, or
no, I didn't need anything from the Galoobs. Hence, jumping on James Bond Jr. really fast.
And this time round, we've both bought more than one James Bond Jr. figure before even recording the episode.
Oh, terrible choice. We didn't know what we were buying. We haven't spent enough time chatting about them together to realise what we should get.
Yeah, no, we need to control ourselves in the future, maybe. Right, and then
never buy before you listen to your mate have a rank.
That's it. And then up next is the final James Bond of the set. There's 4 James Bond Jr. figures amongst 12, so 33% of them are James Bond Jr. figures, which isn't too bad.
I think it makes sense. I think it's all right.
He's the main character, and they all do different things. They're all very different, which is good. And the basic one, you pointed out, and I agreed that he looks just like Jack Slater from Last Action
He
Hero.
is wearing his Jack Slater kit. So he's got a dark brown jacket, a red t-shirt, blue jeans. Stick him in the bloody convertible, and I want those two sets next to each other. I want my Jack Slater now with this jacket and red t-shirt. I think that's the toy I'm going to buy, and I'm going to get the convertible from this just so I can put them together.
To save yourself money, you could just put this James Bond Jr. in your Last Action Hero convertible.
Or maybe I could just swap them both around, and then
Yeah, there you go.
no one will notice.
To make it more Jack Slater-esque, the toy is a much darker brown in the coat. The cartoon he has a much lighter brown.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's
Not even the right color. They've done it the exact same as Jack Slater.
They've just borrowed all the same paints. But yeah, it's the best one. It's the standard one.
Yeah, he does have the annoying thing is though he's got the gun permanently fixed in his hand.
Oh, has he?
Yeah, it's molded in.
Oh man.
So I guess you're not going to lose it. But what if you just don't want James Bond to pistol whip someone to death?
There's a red gun as well.
It looks like. Do you ever remember that Nez cartoon where I can't remember what it's called? It's like a guy playing Nez, then he gets sucked into, and it's a cartoon about him being in the Nez.
Oh no.
I can't think of what it's called off the top of my head now. So, someone will message me. I could just look at it, but I can't be asked.
Oh man, I'm looking at a close up of this James Bond Jr. figure itself. I don't like it.
See, I thought you were going to put the scuba one ahead of this one.
I wish I had now, but it's the same. It's the same thing. I don't like the head mold on these and how they look. James Bond Jr. is having a tough time with his face.
His head's the same in all of them as well, isn't it?
Yeah. I just don't like it. But now there's 5 left, and we're on to the good stuff. Up next is the real Battle Hook friendly Captain Walker de Planck.
Yes, I was watching the last episode the other day, and he was in that.
Oh, this is great, and this is what Battle Hook friendly could have looked like, right? This is
we would have. If you said to me, "I've got the toy, his name's Battle Hook friendly," I would look at that and say, "Yeah, that's the guy from Demolition Man as well, is it?" They've just made him a bit more cartoony. He even looks more like he does in the film Demolition Man than the toy from that does.
Yeah, he doesn't look much like Dennis Leary.
But he's ginger and he's got a beard.
Yeah, he does look more like him. But yeah, he's got a mohawk, he's a pirate, he's got a shooting hook accessory that's on a rope.
Oh.
So he shoots and like reels them in.
Good, I like that.
Yeah, this is a great look. Nice black leather jacket. Some nice purple pants, trousers, boots, eye patch with a green. Is that some sort of like night vision he's got on his eye patch?
We can only assume.
He's got a lovely sword. Yeah, this guy's doing damage to James Bond Jr.
Great figure.
Especially that James Bond Jr., that wimpy looking character we've got as a figure. This guy's messing him up.
Big time.
It's not even, it's going to be a short-lived episode. Every time you play with these, James Bond Jr.'s not coming out on top. That's the whole point of these heroes, right? They win in the end, but he hasn't got any like female assistants to help him. He has got some mates coming up though. That's good.
He's got IQ as well. Maybe IQ could punch them through his coat.
Okay. He does have a bit of help. He might win. We'll see. But this is the deck is stacked against him with this Captain Walker de Planck. Captain Walker de Planck as well. What a name! Points for the name too.
He's not in the film, so he's just made up for this.
And up next is another character who had a connection to someone in the films, and that's Gordo Leiter, the son of Felix Leiter, who was a CIA operative working with Uncle James.
How convenient.
And this toy is one I think I came across in a sort of random swap, and I had no idea what it was. I didn't know it was connected. So I bought some of these, and then years later I picked up this guy with a skateboard, and I remember thinking, this is a great toy, and I look at it now. The toy's superb. It doesn't quite do the character justice. The character's got a better mullet. Character's much more muscly.
Yeah.
But the toy's excellent. It
is excellent. It screams early 90s. Like, it could easily be a Denver the Last Dinosaur toy.
Yeah.
Like that sort of skateboarder wearing bright shorts.
Yeah, he's got lovely pink shorts, pink socks, white trainers, a cool black t-shirt with like a green skull motive on it.
Yeah.
A very cool skateboard. And this one has like a weird ab crunch, like the old ball joints with the elastic. So he can he can really bend in the middle, this toy.
Oh, does he flip then with the skateboard? Do you reckon you pull him down, then when you let go, he sort of jumps?
Oh, I don't know if there was a spring action to it. I just remember there was much more articulation in terms of how far his legs could go. I remember this is a cool figure. Really good, really excellent figure. Again, I wish it was a bit more muscle bound.
The more we talk about these, though, the more I'm just thinking every time we say something, like, I'm going to have to buy all of them.
it's a good line, isn't it? Like, I
Yeah.
know, as I say, I've been, to put things in perspective, right? I said I was disappointed with Dr. Derange, right?
Yeah.
Probably better than any Demolition Man figure we looked at.
Water shooting Wesley, mate.
What Shooting Wesley was cool. I reckon Dr. Derange is better.
Yeah, as a toy, it's more fun, isn't it?
To put it in perspective, right? So I'm saying it's bottom here, worlds ahead of some of the shit we've looked at. So yeah, this line has been a whopping surprise. I said that at the start, and it continues. And like I say, I picked up 2, and I reckon we're going to have to properly assess. But I reckon we've got a Hall of Fame candidate still to come, and that excites me. That properly excites me. I think I've not spoke to you about it, so we'll do it on air. I think we should do a Hall of Fame episode at the end of the year. It might be something that you already suggested, but I'm now agreeing that we look back at everything we've looked at and we pick out guys that we think are worthy of the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I think it'd be a nice thing to do. A Christmas episode.
Yes. Yeah, that would be nice. And we won't go back on anything we've said about who should be in it. So if we've said Bruno Sammartino belongs in it or Outback Jack, they're in it. They're in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll do a proper roundup in one episode. But yeah, solid 4th. Up next, 3rd, former FBI agent turned gym instructor, Mr. Buddy Mitchell.
Yeah, it looks like a good one.
This is an excellent toy. I think this might be the first one to properly do the character justice in terms of what you're seeing next to it on the card.
Yeah.
Proper athletic look, the accurate sort of tracksuit bottoms with the arrow print, red tracksuit bottoms, nice white high tops, weird blue top over his. Oh, I've just spotted something.
What's that?
It makes it a little bit worse, but the toy's still superb. Can you see the toy? Are you looking at the toy now?
Yeah.
See the shoulder bits? They should be painted blue.
Yes, it's like his cut off.
Yeah.
Shirt.
His cut-off shirt has been left white with the sleeves underneath. So that's a minor thing, a minor disappointment.
But it would make it better, wouldn't it? Dang.
It would make it much better. You're a painter and decorator, mate. You can fix that, right?
I can sort that out. Don't worry.
Customizers didn't exist back then, right? People would be making bank customizing these.
That's such a shame, isn't it? Like, it's almost so good.
It's still,
because even like the top of it, they've painted multiple colors, right? So he's got his blue, then he's got his white underneath. So the arms, they've just been lazy and just done them white.
He's got a blue cut-off top, yeah. And even the cut-off, if you see where it's cut off, it looks like it has been hacked out with scissors. It's like nice detail of like all raggedy. Really good toy. Yeah, it's a shame about the sleeves.
He's also got like wrist tape that's not painted on his left hand or left arm.
Oh.
Painted on the right, not painted on the left. Good though. Nice mustache, nice high top fade.
Yeah, this is James Bond Jr.'s saving grace. Like, he's going to get in a lot of trouble with these baddies, and this guy might come to the rescue. That's how I see it.
What's his action? Kicking and clubbing.
He's going to kick and club all the baddies. Yeah, this guy is saving James. James is behind
constantly
every time. Did that happen in the cartoon? Is that getting himself into situations he can't handle, and this guy comes to the rescue?
I think he's just really good in the cartoon.
Oh, what?
Sorry, mate. Sorry to disappoint.
Oh, well, not with how I'm playing with it.
Not with his stupid hair.
Mr. Buddy Mitchell. Oh, yeah, the arms have disappointed me. I didn't spot that before.
Yeah, I'm a little bit let down by it now. I see the sleeves are white, but going in with the eyes I had before, excellent.
Yeah,
it's really good. Yeah. Really like it. Really like the way it screams 90s again. I think that's what I like so much about this line. It just really hits that period.
Both Gordo and Buddy are tremendous figures. It's weird to have the sort of extra characters as being better than the main character, the sort of sidekicks. I'm very impressed with what they've done with those two. Yeah, and you're right. It's like such colourful looking characters. Nothing boring here.
Yeah, I think that's why I like it so much. It's that, and like it's the extra little bits, like the shooting of the hook for Battle Hook friendly.
They've made effort with the actions, haven't they? It's
and IQ's punchy thing. That's great. I didn't know that was a thing. Yeah, really, really, really good.
Yeah, and then we've got 2 left. Both villains from the actual Bond movie series.
Yeah, I'm interested to see who you've got top here.
Oh,
so I don't know. I think I know who I'd put top, and I don't know if you would go the same.
Okay, well, what's left is Jaws and Oddjob.
Yep.
And again, they've made them as colourful as possible, right?
Oh, you're telling me.
Because So in second place, I've got the wearing a purple hip hop jumpsuit. Odd job.
Yeah, we got opposites.
Ah, with yellow gloves and he throws his hat. Him
Yes.
throwing the hat is tremendous. And as I say, these are the two I've ordered.
Okay.
I went big boy things and got these two, right? Because I thought they were the best ones. And I'll see. I'll get them in hand and maybe I'll reassess. As I say, I think we're dealing with some goodies here. And I don't mean that they're baddies, obviously, but I think these are great.
Yeah, I really like the Odd Job.
It's really good, isn't it? He's got.
Yeah.
They've changed up his look so much from the movie, and they've nailed.
They might as well have called him like Odd Job's nephew.
Oh, I love it. I don't know what they've done. I can't. You watch the cartoon, and he's not particularly got a like hip hop gimmick or anything, has he? He doesn't rap.
I've not seen him in the cartoon. I've not seen any episodes of him in.
He's it's sort of Run DMC esque tracksuit, but he's a sort of mafia looking guy with a pencil thin mustache. It's just a great.
He looks like Mr. Fuji, doesn't he? Like normally with his bowler hat.
Yeah, this is superb.
Yeah, I really like this one. It's my favourite one.
Bright purple, throws the hat, wears the hat, strong. Hey, it's second on the list, but
Hip hop Odd Job.
yeah, hip hop odd job. It's so good. So have you got this one coming?
I think it is on there. Yeah.
Yeah, nice silver glasses, a nice face to him as well, a nice grimace.
You know, the funny story though is I think eventually I'm going to have all of them coming.
Oh, good. Well, why not get
But yes, I have Odd Job.
complete sets? Yeah,
Especially when they're small, right? So this is a very small line. I think it's really easy to get hold of them. Not necessarily with all the accessories, but again, I don't really care if my scuba thingy doesn't have his flip-flops, whatever you call them. What do you call them?
flippers.
Flippers. There you go. Class
Are
close
they?
with flip-flops. They call them flippers? They must call them flippers, right? I tell you. You tell I know nothing about scuba diving.
Is it? High top fade? Is that the hairstyle he's got? It's like Fresh Prince look almost on
Yeah.
Odd Job. It's an iconic toy. It's bonkers. I say one of these might be in the Hall of Fame. If I get these down and it's just as good as I remember or think it is now, I think the top two here could be in the Hall of Fame. This is tremendous. As far as what we've looked at across the board, all 200 figures. Oh, I'll have to work out exactly how many we've looked at. Must be about 200. This is right up there with my favourite.
It's up there with Outback Jack for you, is it?
Yes. I just love a toy of a hat. Give me a removable hat and we're quids in. Or like in first place here, just make the toy really big and I'm happy. I'm pleased.
Like your El Gigante of the set.
Yeah, this is El Gigante. Jaws is in first place, and I love how this. I never had this as a kid. I love how this looks. The reason I got this boxed, right? So I was going to get them unboxed from Netherlands, but I would have had to track down the accessory, the sort of pipe that he bites.
Yeah.
Because I do want the accessories. I'm a snob like that, and that was going to cost like over £10 on its own.
Yeah, people generally put accessories for that, and I think it's unfair. And I know they're pretty more rare because people lose them, but
because postage is so much. I was looking when I looked at getting Odd Job and Jaws with Jaws' accessories separately. I think I'm paying. You couldn't really see how good quality the toys were, and I think I was paying like an extra £15 overall to have them boxed. And I was like, oh fuck it, I'll do that.
yeah, it's not much, is it?
But yeah, this Jaws is a giant toy in terms of like sprucing up the actual character from the movie. They've like made this whole. So in the movie, he just had like the big metal teeth, right?
Yeah.
And then they've sort of gone to town on that and given him a whole like metal
Jaw.
face. Yeah, it's jaw. Really good. I try and picture playing with these, and that guy. There's no way James Bond Jr. is surviving an onslaught from that guy.
Just getting bitten to death.
James Bond's gonna I'd probably make up in my head that his like whole body's made of metal, and James Bond Jr. is gonna drive his car into him, and the car's gonna get wrecked.
Oh, that'd be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
you have to sort of attach him to the scuba thing and drown him to death.
Yeah, it's not happening.
In the bath, take it in the bath.
Yeah, no. So I'm all the baddies on this, but yeah, the Jaws is number one. Nice big blue suit, just massive. It towers over the other figures as well. The scale.
I wonder if Odd Job's smaller.
He's not.
That's a shame, isn't it? He looks a little bit small, but he's quite chunky.
Well, they're kids, right? I suppose. So he's he's very much a man. Yeah, he's not a. Was he a midget in the film?
Wasn't a midget. I say he was small, but all I remember him from was playing Goldeneye in the N64, and he was short.
Yes.
So if you were choosing the character, you had to try and get odd job before everyone else, or you play no odd jobs, house rule.
Jaws was in GoldenEye as well.
Yeah, it was too big. It can be Jaws.
Yeah, Moonraker, is that Jaws?
Might be. Not sure.
I love those two baddies so much so that I couldn't wait. I sought them out and bought them.
Good boy.
As I say, I don't mean to harp on, but there's no way this team of good guys, even with Gordo the skateboarder, he's gonna have a go. But there's no way these good guys are coming out on top. No way. That excites me.
Yeah, they are good.
I might have to get a James Bond Jr. just to have him get fucked up.
Which one would you get?
It'd probably be Scuba Gear.
Scuba Gear. You wouldn't go for the Jack Slater.
You put me off with the toy red
Molded
gun in his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The NES gun.
The fact that it's not a real looking gun as well.
Well, you don't want to go robbing a bank with it, mate.
That's it. That's it. You've put me off, and I did say that pairing of the Scuba Gear James Bond with the Scuba Cycle would be super fun to play with.
Yeah, I think that's what this line just does, isn't it? It's just super fun. Just a fun little line of a cartoon that no one watched.
Yeah, very, very excited to see them in hand. And in the cartoon, there were a couple of characters from the Bond movies that didn't make it to the toy line, and I suppose they weren't overly toyetic.
Goldfinger, he was in it, wasn't he?
Ulrich Goldfinger from Goldfinger. that's the Bond movie. And Knick Knack was another character who was like, I think he was a midget, right?
Which one was he? Was he the weird little midget?
Yeah. Knick Knack was the I don't want to use the term weird little midget.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Yeah,
it's accurate. Yeah, and he's represented in the cartoon as a sort of midget bully almost.
Okay.
So yeah, he's represented in the cartoon as a weird sort of bully greaser with Elvis hair, which would have been a cool figure.
Was it? He's not a midget in it, though, is he?
Not quite. He looks short, but yeah, no, it's not.
Yeah.
He looks nothing like nothing like the character from the movie. But I would have loved a figure of this.
Yeah, I haven't gone through all the villains that are in the cartoon and movies.
Well, they're two of the bigger ones that sort of cross over, and I'm like, oh, they would have been good. And then there were some that I spotted that weren't in the cartoon at all, and they would have been cool. So one of the ones we were
Blofeld,
Ernst Stavro Blofeld
with a cat
from a few of the films. There is a theory though that he is in James Bond Jr.
Interesting. What's that theory then?
So we mentioned the Scum gang, the saboteurs and criminals united in mayhem. Yeah. Throughout, you hear the voice of the Scum Lord, and there's a theory that was Blofeld. You only hear his voice; you never see him.
Okay. I guess people could just make up what they want, that sort of thing, can't they?
As a wacky fan theory, yeah. But that'd be nice. You never know. I suppose it is provable. The people who made it could be like, nah, that's not what that was.
Oh, sure, whatever.
And then Baron Samedi from Live and Let Die would have been a great character, sort of voodoo king, half face paint, top hat.
Yeah, just like Papa Shango. The Papa Shango must have been based on that, right?
Yeah.
And Hasbro did a good Papa Shango for WWF. That'd be a great toy. Imagine that in this line.
Yeah, especially as like some of them they've had to really sort of take artistic license with to like make them fun, and like here's a character ready to go. Like you be even more creative with him, and you're gonna have an amazing figure. I don't know the ins and outs. Maybe voodoo's a touchy subject. Who knows?
Maybe it's a bit scary or something. I don't know.
Maybe. But yeah, that's James Bond Jr. essentially covered, mate. Completed it.
Just to go off track, I'm just looking at a picture online, and I've seen you can get a Hot Shot CD player. So it's a James Bond Jr. packaging and everything, and it's a little portable CD player. I think that looks good. What's it shoot? What the fuck is it? It looks like a gun, and you put CDs in it.
Okay.
It can't be a CD player. Let me send this to you.
Does it shoot CDs? Yeah.
I don't think it does. Surely you're not shooting your parents' CDs across the lounge.
Wow.
Sorry, Mum, I've just broken your favourite CD because I've just put it in my James Bond Jr. Hot Shot CD launcher that you gave me. It has real working cap pistol. What does it mean? It looks like you can clip it onto your trousers, maybe, like onto your belt, the CD player. Right?
It is a CD player then, right?
Yeah, it must be like a Walkman.
Cool.
It's like a gun holster as well. Well, that's wild. Good line.
What are your top three, mate?
Ooh, okay. Well, this is tricky. I'm gonna go first. Will probably be Odd Job, then Battle
Oh,
Bit
okay.
Friendly, and then third, quite like IQ. You know that punch thing. I think is brilliant. So I might go IQ.
Okay. Where would you're not a fan of Jaws, or would he be like fourth?
I don't know, to be
You
honest.
don't like big figures.
It doesn't really excite me that much.
Same as LJ. This is LJ Gonte all over again.
Which is odd because giants really impress me. I'm really impressed by massive size.
I'm not. Not in real life. But
Yeah,
as
maybe
toys.
that's the difference. Yeah, the toys you are, not in real life, not bothered.
Yeah.
But I'm the opposite way around. It's a shame they never did a play set though. You
Mm.
know, I don't know what they've done. Maybe the school or something like that, but with like trapdoors and all sorts of things going on, throwing people through windows or something.
Oh, anything would have
Yeah.
been great.
Not
I've
100% required, but I like that sort of thing. I like a play set.
They've really cut back on play sets, haven't they? Action figures. I've seen some good videos. We should do like when we end up doing GI Joe and stuff. We're gonna have to rank play sets because there were so many. Back in the 80s, toy companies did not give a fuck, and they were
Yeah.
just making amazing play sets, multiple ones per line.
Yeah, Master of the Universe were really good at play sets.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It's missing now. Like now you have to spend like 800 quid with Super 7 on a Kickstarter or something to get it.
And to get something that's too big to put anywhere. Like, what kind of a rich bastard you have to be? I guess if you could afford one of those, you've probably got a big enough house to put it in.
Yeah, I got.
Fucking hell, could you imagine having like just the room to put like a Thundercats layer or something like that?
Yeah, I got the new Gen Arena with the light up entrance stage for
Yeah.
WWE with a scale ring. And it's a really nice set. I've not got that set up.
But you can't. Where are you going to put it on your dining room table? Like, sorry, dinner on the floor, everyone. The real scale ring sits there now.
Yeah, no, it's a shame. And we just need bigger homes. I think that's probably it as well. Like, not only were toys like a new sort of concept then, so all these play sets were like people had never seen anything like it before. People had more expendable cash and homes were bigger.
Homes were cheaper as well. And
Yeah,
bigger.
yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, my parents bought their home and I could play with my toys in it.
Yeah.
Now I spend all my money on toys, but I can't. So I can't buy a home.
Yeah, now you've got full-grown adults sharing with 5 of their friends. So where are you gonna put your 12 Thundercats playsets?
Oh God, could you imagine? Like, because you're each going to get one boxed and one loose. Wild times.
I agree. Shame there's no playset, and I wonder if that will change things when we get to like Terminator 2, for example. We've mentioned that a few times because the bio generator, is that what it's called?
Bioflesh regenerator.
The bioflesh regenerator. Is that gonna change things for the entire line? Will that boost it somewhat in the? So I suppose the last thing to do, right, is not Woolworths yet, is to decide where this sits as a line amongst all the others. I think we've both been pleasantly surprised by this line, and it's super fun. James Bond Jr. dicks all over Demolition Man.
Fact. That's a t-shirt.
That's this week's title. No, it does. Is it better than Last Action Hero? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is. It's more fun. Yeah.
I think the look of the figures, I suppose fun is the word, right? I suppose.
But this is just made for kids, isn't it? Whereas the films we spoke about weren't really made for little kids. So the toys weren't either, but they were, and it's neither here nor there.
I saw something the other day. I've got a funny feeling that Alien was the first time a toy company tried to do an R-rated movie line of toys, and it failed because of it.
It's not surprising, is it?
No, but interesting.
I think you could do it now. But...
Yeah. So Super 7 have redone the exact same line now. Like the toys all looking the same as reaction figures, which is really cool. But interesting that with that knowledge, they still cracked on doing kids' toys based on adult movies.
Yeah, fair play to them. I'm glad they did.
Yeah. So yeah, you're right. This is actually for kids. It's a lot more fun. So this is better than Last Action Hero.
Yeah. Is it better than Galoobs? I think it is, you know.
I think it is.
Yeah.
I think it is. I think this is better. I think I prefer. I'll get them down, but I'll see how I feel about Jaws and Oddjob next to Sting, Michael Hayes, and Rick Steiner.
It's tough as well because like we looked at LGNs for a long time, and there was a point where I was like, actually, these are fucking excellent. But we've looked at this for about half an hour or something and thought this is fucking excellent.
just the sheer. I think I'm stuck on the size of the LJN line and
Yeah,
everything on offer. And to be fair to them, they even included a lady.
they did include a lady. Yeah, so I
You
guess negative points for no lady.
you could play with the LJN line. Crazy that with just the LJN line, you could play a damsel in distress
I
storyline.
thought you were going to tell me how many matches, like one-on-one matches that'd be different. I thought you'd worked it out. You'd done the maths. You could do 7,800 matches.
No, that would be nice. No, we weren't expecting this. As I say, we mentioned this and we both sort of laughed and went, "Oh dear, we'll see. This is going to ruin us." And we loved it, and it's the second best line we've looked at. That's amazing.
Cracking line of toys.
Do you agree, or do you prefer this to the LGNs even?
I don't know. It's hard to think because I'm very much just looking at these at the minute. Like when I was looking at the LJNs, it was like, oh my god, this is excellent. But maybe I like these because I can buy them. Whereas the LJNs, there's no chance I can buy many of those without spending a fortune. I reckon I could buy all of these for the price of 2 LJNs or something like that.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Well, good quality ones, anyway.
We're biased towards wrestling as well, so it's hard to sort of step away from that because my gut instinct's like, there's no way this is better than the Gloobs. It's like, hold on, it might be.
Yeah, I think it's the color as well, the color and the fun of it. Like Gloobs, I really like Gloobs. Don't get me wrong, I've got them all. I think they're great. The ring's fantastic. All together, they lack a bit of fun because of how stationary they are. I think this is the opposite. They all got cool actions. They will do things, the bright colours.
No one's ever picked up that Arn Anderson and Tom Zenk figures and gone, these are fun.
Ever. How fun these are, Mark.
Yeah, never. So, okay. What's all that's left then, right? I suppose is the standard question.
Okay.
I'm sounding more and more like John Stossel every time I do it, I think.
One of these days I'm going to slap you in the face.
I deserve it. Right, so you're in Woolworths. It's 1991.
Okay, good year.
You're there with your mum. You're there with your older brother, Darren. Darren has walked into Woolworths with one of those children's guns that looks just like a real gun.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is where they got changed. This is the exact moment they're like, we better make these look like proper toys. Because he's gone up to the register, one of the sales assistant, and went, oi, mate, I want all those fried egg looking pick and mix in a bag now and a £20 note. He's got no idea like what money is, right?
He just thinks £20 is a lot. That's fair.
Thinks £20 is a lot. So the guy sort of laughs, but he doesn't know if it's a real gun or not. And your mum's losing her mind. And he's like, "No, it's the toy you bought me for Christmas. Don't worry." So she's a bit relieved. So the guy fills up a bag.
She's a bit relieved, but he's still holding up Woolworths.
Yeah,
and that is a problem, regardless of real gun or not.
Oh yeah, it's a bloody helmet, and hurry up and pick one of these bloody James Bond Jr. toys now. Get a vehicle and a figure. I'll treat you.
Oh man,
because Darren's being really naughty, so you deserve a bit more.
This is so hard. It's between two, and it's 100% between two.
Darren's in the background going, "I know you've got more eggs than this," pointing his gun.
Okay, so I've got more time. Then poor little Saturday boy is scared because he can't find any more eggs.
Yeah, he's on minimum wage and he's got a gun in his face.
He's asking him if he'll settle for any of those pink prawns instead. Darren's like, "Don't you fucking dare." Okay. Oh man. So it is between two. It's between Scuba Gear James Bond and the Scuba Cycle, or the sports car and the Jack Slater James Bond with his built-in Nez gun.
So I nearly spat all over my laptop thinking about Darren, furious by the suggestion that the bag gets filled up with pink balls. Ah, oh, Darren, what's he like? Sorry, mate. Sorry to disturb
Darren, they're still delicious. It doesn't matter.
I'll have them. Take them. I'll have them. That's what you're saying.
I love those ones. What do I want to get something I can play in the bath, or do I want to play with something that can race Jack Slater? This is so tough. If I took it in the bath, I could use it with my Turtles bubble bath. This is really hard. I don't know what to do. It's not even real. Who cares?
I've ruined it because I've said you can get a vehicle, right? So now you want to pair it up, and that's the issue.
Yeah, I think that is the issue.
I think if I took away the vehicle...
If you took away the vehicle, the funny thing is I'd try and get the Scuba Cycle and the Scuba James Bond. But That's not the case. You told me I can get two, so it completely changes everything. I'm not being a cheeky little twat. I'm going to go for the sports car and the Nes gun holding Jack Slater James Bond.
Oh, you would,
Yeah.
you'd love that. And I can't believe Darren's ended realistic looking toy guns forever for everyone. And they stopped doing pick and mix after that incident as well.
Or at least they put the price massively up, so now it's not even worth it. They do it by weight rather than by how many eggs you've got.
Yeah, well, they just closed Woolworths.
And that's where they're saying, don't put all your eggs in one basket, okay?
Oh, there you go. There you go. Well done, mate.
Sorted.
Well, should we get Darren on at some point to rank his incidents in Woolworths?
What's favourite pick and mix?
Don't bring up the pink prawn.
Pink prawn fiasco of 91.
All right. Well, join us next week for Batman.
Yes, we're going to look at the Toy Biz figures.
Yeah, Tim Burton's 1989 Batman with Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, we get to watch that, which I'm quite excited about. I haven't seen that for a long time.
That was my favourite film for a long time.
Good stuff.
So yeah, no, thank you everyone. Don't know when you'll hear this, but soon.
It's in the bag. We've been talking about Bond, James Bond, Junior.
Bye.
Bye.